another one. Yes, we are doing another one. An hour early. I realized I had scheduled this for 10 p.m. and it's 9 p.m. I just realized right after starting stream that I actually planned on doing something else for another hour. Truth is, I got stuck in Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 on a mission that I don't think I was doing in the correct order, and it was making me angry, so off to this peaceful little thing we go. If you haven't watched last stream, we are working on Tierra Encantada instead of Bolo Bolo, because, you know, when a DLC pack releases, maybe it's time for you to complete the DLC zoo for the previous DLC, and that is where we are right now. Just some simple stuff, making sure this sign is complete, and I'm really pushing it here with the space I have ready for the O. We can copy this desierto, and then we'll have the final word right over here, because what we tried to recreate here is the Sonora Desert, which is a desert, if you're not familiar, that is in, well, the south of North America, bordering on the, you know, the south of the United States and the north of Mexico, and that is the biome that we try to reproduce here. I remember doing this last time around, but it appears that I didn't save it, which is not surprising for Yelbu. He tends to not save stuff or save over them. But it was a quick fix, and we're also going to do this for the other sign. You're all having a swell evening. I cannot guarantee I'll be streaming as long as I did earlier today. It's late in the day, and truthfully I also want to do other things tonight. But yeah, this whole area is now truly finished. And I hope that you will now see how, hopefully in an effective way, when you walk through this tunnel, you are truly transported from this Sonora desert environment to a whole other world, and that is the hope. This needs to go. This needs to be replaced by this image, and I hope, you know, it's not the highest quality, let's be honest. It's not a terribly great quality, but we can live with it, right? I can live with it. That's the point. So we'll just quite simply be calling this El Gran Pantanal, because that's what it is. Give me an E, give me an L, give me a G. By the way, guys, one of the lies that childhood ingrained in me is that as you get older, you no longer need to sing the alphabet song in your head to figure out, to find a letter in the alphabet. That's a big old lie, because I still need to sing the alphabet song in my mind when I'm looking for something alphabetically. Will I still have space? I am not sure if I can fit in the rest of this word. I think we'll have to do some ugly smashing together of letters for this one. It's not gonna look as good as it could have, but we'll learn to live with it. Alright, we can reuse this one. Reuse this one, and then we can squeeze in the final L. There, it's not a beautiful sign, but I hope it serves its purpose. Alright, so not much has changed, just have been adding some plants. This looks like it needs a tree, so why don't we get right on that, in fact. I'm kind of disappointed, honestly, by the lack of South American trees. There's not a lot of them, and I feel like they've really sold South America short in terms of trees. The ones that are there are way too big. And I'm like, there's also normal trees in South America, aren't there? I don't know what I'm saying. Just in general, I think South America has been an underused part of this game, even though it has effectively received 2 DLCs. But still, why are these animals not being sent to the trade center? If you're wondering why there was a bunch of birds on these islands, that is because this is gearing up to be an aviary for a couple of birds. I say that, but I'm not sure yet. I'm going to leave this untouched for a while because I might just ruin the whole Pantanal vibe that I have got going here. I'm not sure about it yet, to be honest. What I am sure of is the destination of this path, and that is right over here going to be a bush dog habitat. That is the goal, that is the destination. And we're going to start working on that right now. I have not planned ahead for it. I haven't really thought of a design, but I'm hoping, in a way, that it will all come to me. Alright, let's have some mossy rocks. I'm sort of using these as a stand-in for grass. And it doesn't really look that nice from here, but from where you're standing on the path, it looks acceptable, in my opinion, what I'm doing right now. I hope. Again, like all things in Planet Zoo, it might look awkward for a while, but when it all comes together, right, I hope you see what I'm trying to go for. We are going to go for an old friend, buffalo grass, to fill in some blanks here. Let's actually grab some terrain paint and remove long grass that we've got going here, because it will just serve to distract us from what we need. We'll be grabbing some buffalo grass and adding just a slight sprinkle of drain grass. Which used to be the buffalo grass of the community until it got usurped. And just a tiny little smattering of Yorkshire grass for that extra density. Now that we have this group, we can simply grab it and place it where we like. And I believe this is going to be a useful group that I'm going to be grabbing a lot in future builds here. Just this string of grasses to start laying the foundations of this Pantanal area, which is in truth a combination of wetlands and well, grasslands. Really interesting biome. And I think these grasses also look good like this. We might even consider putting it here for what it's worth. I wonder, does it look any good down there? Maybe that's distracting. Let's not go for that. Do, 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 do. Alright, let's start looking at some trees. As I was saying, I find the South America selection of trees kind of one note. It's either palm trees or these huge trees. So if you really want to limit yourself to the biome, then you're not really, holly trees are fine, I guess, but the temperate selection of trees has always been superior in truth. And the ombu tree exists, but that is very much a grassland tree. This sightline will eventually be fixed because all of this is going to be dense rainforest, so I don't need to worry about that yet. You will not be able to see those buildings or those buildings. Hopefully, I managed to pack this whole section densely with rainforest so that from above it looks like just forest. That is the goal. So I don't need to worry myself too much about that, only this section. I can already sort of visualize for myself that this section is bush dog territory. And the hope is that when you arrive over here, you will already see the building, which I hopefully managed to sort of sell to the audience as a raised hut, sort of a research hut, which was abandoned. All of which are challenges to me. I've never boasted much about my ability to build buildings, let alone really dress them up in a satisfying manner. So all of this has really been an exercise for Yelbu to step out of his comfort zone, really. I always whine and moan about not being able to build believable, edifices. as they say, I'm starting with the man in the mirror. I'm starting with me. I need to be the change I want to see in the Planet Zoo world. And if I want to see better buildings, who better than to build them than me, than myself? Alright. This is starting to look really, really nice. As for the aviary, I could go very basic. I could go more complex. But I'm going to leave that decision for future Yelbu, to be honest. This has a good atmosphere to it, doesn't it? I hope it comes across to you if you're watching the atmosphere that I'm going for. I'm very happy, to be honest, that I've had the breakthrough that I needed to continue building on this. Yeah, it's been a lot of fun to finally start working on this. So, the challenge for me is right over here. The path needs to rise up and you will enter a building which I need to design as sort of a research building slash viewing gallery for the bush dog. In truth, I haven't planned ahead much farther than that, but that is what I know is coming up ahead. So let's turn on flattened terrain for this, or no? Okay, let's have a null path for a while longer. Alright, so let us start laying out this building. This is just a general indication of how big I need it to be. I think I'm pretty much going to go for this. And on the other side, obstructed by water volume. Oh, I'd forgotten about that. But maybe I should have them. Yeah, I'm gonna change my mind about this. I'm gonna have them exit through here. If it's at all possible, because you never know with Planet Zoo paths. Perhaps I should extend the water. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. Since we are working with the bush dog, I think it's only fair that we start thinking about their water section, which could just as well be under the building or imply to be under it. And then, you know, something like, again, I haven't thought this through at all. Not a lot of planning involved at this moment, just putting out some feelers and seeing. The bush dogs, of course, I need to watch myself. I always tend to build way too big, and I need to really watch myself and prevent myself from building a massive environment for an animal. It is much smaller than I believe it to be. Let's do away with the railings on this. We're going to be creating our own. Yeah. Why is this? Why is this obstructed by water volume? I just need to remove the railings on this. You know what? I'll give them the railings. I'll give them the railings on the. We'll decide later. Oh, I can't even change the path. Sure. We'll work with that color scheme then. And here I'm going to sort of create a stairs with these planks to make this look a little less awkward. Make it look a bit uneven, a bit, you know, a bit weird. Perhaps sort of make it just a little bit uneven like this, just a little bit. Yeah, I'm digging this. Then we'll grab one of those moss stones. Now, I'm gonna grab another one of these, in fact. Grabbing some reeds, which will look. Oh, actually, I'm gonna try and grab a smaller section. I'm being lazy, and I'm hoping that I used one, but I'll just go to the common reed. Common reed. There we go. All right, the building. Yeah, I'm not good at buildings. Why don't I look online for an Amazon research building, just so for some inspiration? Oh, I'm just finding like these office. Let's actually search for a Pantanal raised house or something, just to get see if I can base what I'm building. See if I can try and emulate something. I'm finding a lot of cool pictures. What will I try and base it off of? I realize you can't see what I'm doing. I'm just looking at stilt houses. I think I've seen one that I like. All right. So we're going to be using the best wood wall we can find. So again, here we go, looking for some wood. Grabbing a wall. We're not going to be using the Arctic, the Australia wood wall. Again, it's a bit too clean for my liking. We could be using the bamboo wall, but you know, I'm not the biggest fan of this. Yeah. Log wall. Do 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 do. Alright, we're just giving ourselves a basic feel of what the size of this building will be. Obviously, what you're seeing will change. We're going to be adding a more stone bottom half. Preferably with like the temple brick wall over here. Color it a bit darker. Actually, now that I said that out loud, why would you have a stone bottom to a raised house? Is that feasible what I'm doing? Is there a metal kind of wall? Is that a thing? Who knows if what I'm doing is good or not. Sorry guys, just noticed I'm in less of a talkative mood right now. Perhaps I've thrown myself off because I started stream earlier than I meant to, but yeah. Alright, back to wood. We need columns that look like they are meant to support a stilt house. In truth, there's a lot of options for this. But I think I know which one I'm going. The Oceania pack has some great wood. think if I color this differently, no, let's lean a bit more to the yellow side of things. Okay, we'll save that for later because we need to get starting on a roof sooner rather than later. And as for the roof, we should have it hang a bit over the buildings and also have it connected by stilts. And it feels like a thatch roof is the best option. We made it difficult for ourselves. Oh, I forgot this is not on a grid, which is dumb. We made it a bit too harder on ourselves by kind of working off the grid. So we'll see where that where that leads us. It is very much a Yelbu trademark of making it difficult for himself when making buildings. This overhangs by like 1 square, and it does here as well. And it overhangs here also by like 1 square, so we'll need to recreate that over here. It's not quite the same, but we'll find a solution for that. Maybe by doing this. Hang on, let me just see what I'm doing. Is this something? What am I doing? Let's just make it a flat roof and be done with it. The genius of Yelbu at work. Maybe I could have just started with the roof. Maybe that is the secret of some creators, is that they build the roof first, so they don't have to worry about a lot of the stuff that I'm worrying about. Anyway, that's that done. Actually, no. We're going to go for bamboo. Painted bamboo. The thick painted version. Give it a different color. And we're going to be adding supports for the roof. Over here and over here. Same on this side. giving some supports to this roof. There we go. I need to remind myself that I need windows. For the bush dog viewing. Just a sticky note for myself. Alright, a door. Let's not forget a door. What kind of doors does the game have that I would consider usable? Since it's your wow. Look at me continually, wow. I'm messing up my speech. Look at me continually. Let's not go crazy with the door. Just something like this. And then we're going to be adding some windows, perhaps. I think I'm going to add something. Bear with me. I want a research. I want it to have some sort of balcony, to be honest. I could create this out of bamboo as well. Nope. Give it a little fence. Something that looks, you know, basic. Random rotation. Keep forgetting to toggle it. All right. And then we'll decorate this in an appropriate manner. Cover up that ugly path thingy over here with something, anything really. Add a second door. We're gonna do a little bit of a dumb. On this side the door looks like it's over here, and on this side we're gonna make it lower. I know it's dumb. But that is, as I told you, the magic of Yelbu. He doesn't know what he's doing when it comes to buildings. He doesn't plan. He just jumps into it. Also haven't planned what to do with the roof. Might have to ask my girlfriend when she gets home. She knows how to build roofs. Anyway, time to... this wall was just to give us an idea. We will be replacing it with something else in a bit, because this is where you go check out the bush dog, which lives right over here. But since you arrive over here, past the non-existent aviary, the theming needs to be present here, and also I need to hide away this path, because I want it to look like this is this is the swamps, the wetlands, and starting from this building you fully enter jungle. So this needs to be a barrier of forest. So we'll be grabbing some of these apple custard trees already. Start upping the density of it. Grabbing more of these reeds. And grabbing some of these as well. Grabbing some of our grasses to fill in the blanks. I hope this looks, this looks halfway decent in the end, as the end product. I've never been overly familiar with the tropical biome. Though this fern has always been a favorite of mine. There's just plants that are really effective at creating the right atmosphere, and ferns really do that for tropical stuff. This is looking really nice, to be honest. I love the contrast between these two worlds. I mean, it's not like I did something special to do this. I just made a tunnel, but this is something that you do see in real zoos, but also theme parks in the world, and those are tips and tricks that I don't necessarily took into account with my previous zoos, and that is that you sort of want to hide from the guests the fact that you're in a manufactured environment, and you want to transport them. And ideally, they don't look at those parts of your attraction. Like when you're going here, they don't want you looking back. They want you to look forward. When you're here in the Sonora Desert, you don't need to be looking back at the petting farm. You're looking ahead. And when you're over here, you don't need to be looking back at the desert. You're looking ahead. And tunnels are a very cool way that zoos in the real world use to separate environments like this. Not that this is very a realistic zoo environment, but I hope I pulled off the contrast well. Alright, so What does a abandoned research... Let's add a jeep. Is it not called that? A car? A truck? A safari? I just have to go through the prompts, I guess. I think I'm going to give a bit more breathing room here for props that I do end up using, and then we can add the plants later on. But there it is. An off-road vehicle. Fine, we'll call it that. This car has fallen and it can't get up. Okay, so that's simple trick number one. Just add this broken down car. What else could we have in terms of props? Some abandoned wheels, perhaps. Sort of lean them against this post here. I feel we belong. My life ain't worth living if I can be with you. Alright, let's not get too distracted. What do people use in a research facility? I don't know, buckets? I don't know, wheelbarrow. I feel like I need shipping crates, like supplies that they received but never got to use. So I think I'm going to be looking for crates. Like the Indian tea crates always have been a useful prop for that. And then perhaps those cardboard packages as well. And I'm thinking of a couple more things. A barrel. To really sell the Prince of Humans. And then one more thing, if I can actually fit it in here somewhere, and that is the tent that I know exists somewhere. Where is the tent? We'll try to do more theming inside, not overdo it outside. There is a tent, right? There we go. Vehicle. There. I was a bit late on the draw there. All right. I think this is a good start for some theming. Should we have like a name here or something? Not sure yet. But what every building does need is windows. And I know I'm going to have to use these things. Does that make sense? That feels like it's too... Not sure about those windows, to be honest. How does that look? I'm just going to accept how that looks, to be honest. Oh, didn't think that through. I hope no one noticed what I just did there. Yelbu just learned how geometry works. And that mirroring an asymmetrical object doesn't work the way he believes it does. Alright. Just for cohesion, we'll be adding those windows on the inside as well. I might just... I'm going to leave this roof sort of untouched for now, because I haven't figured out yet how to finish it off, but I would imagine that perhaps it is open to the open air, but maybe has some netting over here, overhead. I'm not sure. We'll find out together. Alright, this balcony obviously is more, would have been used more as a sort of rest area, I guess. Is this what you find when you write table? Okay. Of course I need to go here and look for tables. I realize that now. Which looks like a realistic... You can't place those off path. Or do I need a mod for that? It's kind of annoying. Do I have to use a pad for this? Deep sigh. Okay. Let's just say for now that this is where they would lounge. After a long day of researching bush dogs, this is where the staff of this research institute would sit and lounge. Can I give them an umbrella at least? Like oh, so that is possible. Alright, what other props would make sense here? I can delete the path afterwards. Aha, but I did make a fatal mistake that you guys don't know about. And that is I made the path higher here, too high. It's a great tip. It would have been a great tip for a person who knows what they're doing when it comes to making buildings. This is the you know the upper limit of my abilities for buildings. I just don't really like buildings. Me being a teacher, I remember I have to sort of practice a lot of patience when my students are learning new things, and when I sort of need to grab my head and keep myself from sighing, and that is what the patience that my girlfriend has to practice, because she's rather good at creating buildings or coming up with them when she sees me making something in a building like this in the game. Can I press Control or Alt? I cannot, but I've learned to move on from this problem. All right. Yeah, just looking back, I'm pleased with the progress made. I hope this feels like a somewhat distinct kind of biome from an actual jungle, and does reflect sort of the pantanal that I'm trying to go for. You know, and then from that building onward it will be a real jungle. This, in terms of aviary, it's something that I'm going to hold off on for now because I know it's quite challenging to create one. I've seen a wonderful tutorial about it by Captain Callum, go check it out. But I think the main thing I took away from his tutorial is patience. And I see actually one of my students ensuring me that patience is needed. Hello there, Mr. Olieslagers. I don't know what your plans are for the coming days and weeks ahead. I missed you yesterday, I will say that, but I think I'm going to make an appearance tomorrow at school, and I might see you there, who knows. Alright, so the interior. We're going to be adding clipboards, tables, desks in here, and another door to the outside. I think there's a couple of blueprints that I should be using, to be honest. I know there's probably going to be a lot of blueprints around for... Again, watch me. This is terrible. There's just a random pole in the middle of the stairs that I willingly put there. What is this man doing? He doesn't know what he's doing. You have to study for the head exams, right? Hey, look at it this way. At least you have head exams, right? You still have a shot. This is kind of an insider for other watchers. If you haven't picked up on it, I am a teacher, and some of my students watch my streams apparently. But that's great. Yeah, I wish you, if I don't see you again, I wish you the best of luck with those. You can do it. When I look at you, I see someone who can do it. Alright. Getting a bit tired, to be honest. It might have been the pills I'm taking. I'm taking life-changing medication. I'm a person who has struggled for a very long time with IBS, irritable bowel syndrome, which is annoying for me. And I'm taking pretty serious medication for it, which makes me tired, but has also pretty much for 90% fixed the problem. So I think it's worth it. I think currently it's worth it. Feeling a bit tired, that's fine and all. I have blueprints for this. For backstage stuff. I think I'm going to be grabbing stuff like this. Very cool blueprints. It doesn't make sense to put those in front of a window, does it? feel like I'm also going to add some like artwork or something. There are some people that are going to blijven zitten. I love that you corrected the words soms, but didn't correct the word blijven zitten. I love that for you. Is this a bit lazy? I don't know. Honestly, I think using blueprints might be frowned upon a bit by some creators who feel like you have to do it all yourself. I'm not necessarily mean creators, but maybe Plant Soup players believe that there's some taboo about using the work of others in your own creations. But I really don't mind. Especially when it comes to climbing frames. I don't think I've ever built a climbing frame myself. Or at least built one myself and was really... Well, I've done some myself, but it was always unsatisfying and didn't really work the way I hoped it would. Let's create a random custom poster for this with the Indian rug. It's not called the Indian rug, maybe it's just the rug or the carpet. Right. Let's see if I can make the whole thing black. Grab the bush dog sign. I like it. I think that's cute. Like they're researching the bush dog and they have this picture just to remind them what they're researching. Like if they don't see them out here, they can just check out the poster and be like, yep, that is why we're here. We're researching that little guy. Can you see the overlay I'm doing on Steam? Yes, you can. Let's actually go to the Steam workshop and find like if I don't find it here, maybe I should look here first. I want like an office, but like with actual, yeah, like maybe a laptop or something and a radio, and put that against this wall or maybe here. So I'm going to check out the Steam workshop for that and see if, let's try and search for office first. At the office pack by Shift-C. That is so cool. I don't think I need to look any further than the office pack. This is so cool once again. You gotta love these creators putting this stuff online. This is so cool. I love this. Doesn't perhaps quite fit the mood. Oh, it didn't copy over the computers. think I'm also going to be going for like a radio type of thing. I know this is ugly, the path. Let's see if I can fix it in a bit. I think I can live with this. Right? I feel like we can live with this. We'll have to change the elevation on some of these items. And by that I mean pretty much only this one. Come on, click the right thing, Yellow. What else can I put in here? I feel like I want... Would they have a printer in here? I'm gonna go for it. I like this. I like this too much. Just giving them... I don't know, maybe they log bush dog sightings and then have to print them off and log them. Great blueprint, honestly. But let's actually look for some more stuff. I also want like a radio. Maybe if you write research, we'll find some custom feeder set. Wild dog research cabin. Research center. Oh, those are all shells for the actual building. Radio. What is that? Transistor? No. Maybe not. So, what do guests see now when they enter? Something needs to be here. Perhaps here is where I do have to add like a table with props on it, here in the middle. And this is where they'll see the actual habitat, which, as I've warned myself, really needs to be humble in scale, because the bush dog is small. Why don't we do that? Look for a table. I'm so lazy. I don't think it's actually very difficult to make a table. I'm just being... I don't know. Guess I'm being lazy a bit. Looking for like a more of a bare bones. There's actually an IKEA set here. That is so cool. People are amazing. Look at what people have been making. You love to see it, really. Touch table, education table, rhino education table. this. Look at all this awesome stuff that I haven't been using. I'm just gonna subscribe to all of this stuff. Let's grab a laptop as well. Look at the cool stuff people have been making. We have coffee mugs in the game. Alright, let's go back to our... Oh no. Guys, do you know the bug that I'm dealing with? The bug where you enter the Steam overlay and then the camera dysfunctions. I'm having that bug right now, which means I have to restart my game. It's kind of dumb. Did I not save? I should remember that opening the Steam overlay when you're in windowed mode messes up the camera in the game. That's been a bug for as long as I've known, and it never got fixed. So I'm afraid I have to quit Planet Zoo for now, which I don't know what you guys are seeing then on the stream. But I'll restart in swift order. Then I'll be putting these final things, some final props in the building, and I believe after that, I don't know for how much longer I would stream after that, to be honest. You never use the Steam overlay. I respect that. I respect it. Blob, no, I don't have free build. I cannot explain why. I can kind of explain why, just because I'm usually kind of stuck in my ways and I don't make life easier for myself, even if I can. I think that's my explanation. I don't have free build. I think for a very long time I was very afraid of modding, and I did have free build installed once, and I remember it breaking my breaking a zoo I was playing with after an update. I uninstalled and never really reinstalled it, but I think I should put it back in, right? Because I see you and other people building in ways that I always go like, that's not possible. I think I should be making my life easier for myself, don't you agree? It's like, how can I compare it? You know, there's the apps to pay, right? Those bank apps where you scan a QR code to pay. I refused to install that app for no real reason for a very long time. And then I did it, and then I realized, oh my god, life is so much easier when you actually have that installed. I think the same will go for free build. And we're back. No more Steam overlay for us. The blueprints we just added were called Office. Another great one. For this, I'm just... We'll put it in here. Also grab the... What was it again? The table stuff by Just Goron. By the way, dear friends, if you're not aware of Just Go Around, he is a legend of a creator who works in very high detail, not only in his original zoo, but recreating a real-life zoo, which I visited several times, the Beekse Bergen in the Netherlands. And let me tell you, as someone who has visited that zoo and seen it in Just Go Around's digital recreation, it is so good. He puts bushes where the bushes are in the zoo. He pretty much, the detail is insane. I have so much respect for the way he's been working on that. Go check out his Just Go Around's Beekse Bergen Zoo if you ever get the chance. Oh, my cat is walking over the keyboard. Hello, dear. Yes, yes, I love you too. I want a more normal table. I'm being so lazy. I'm well aware making tables is not that difficult. I'm just refusing to do it myself. No, 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 no. Yes, guys, what you are watching is Yelbu being so stubborn that he refuses to make a table himself and just scrolling through what he has in terms of blueprints to find a decent table in his blueprints. That's how we roll. I'm going to settle for this one, with a few minor adjustments, which I will. And yes, I'm also aware that the final table I went for is literally the most basic ass table of all. Hey, there's actually guests in here. What are you doing here? There's nothing to see. Oh, you're headed for the exit, I assume. They do look appropriately lost. Why are they checking out? What is this? What are you guys looking at? Memorial plaque screen? Oh. That's actually really funny. Windows 10. I don't know. People will come in this research station and look at the laptop screen. That's fine by me. Then grab these chairs, put them around there. Then we'll put like one laptop and some coffee mugs on there. And then we'll call it a day for the... Oh my god. It has no front legs. there I go reminding my students all the time, a chair has 4 legs, and then I go ahead and forget it myself. A random apple, because if you can't buy an Apple laptop, you can buy an apple and the laptop. All right. Sure. What else could you put on here? I don't know. Maybe like a cute little, where are they? The little toys from the shop. T-shirts. Rhino. Sure, a capybara is genuinely a South American animal, so during their lunchtime they were also checking out pictures of other animals. Tree frogs. Someone left their tree frog cap right next to the coffee mugs. Still don't know what to do about this. But those are worries for future Yellow. People are just going to come in here and check out the screen of this computer, are they? Alright. A pineapple? Sure. That will be the finishing touch. They left a whole ass pineapple on the table. Maybe in a basket. Oh, that is huge. That's a really weird basket. Is there like a plate or something? It's not what I meant. A dish? We'll just scroll again. Let's see, find what I'm looking for. A pot. What am I looking for? Sure, we'll use this. A terracotta flower pot. And we'll put the pineapple in there. This is kind of dumb, but it does add a certain pop to this environment. I'm having fun with this, and I think that's what matters, truly. I do love the way the light hits the interior. I have heavy feelings about leaving this roof untouched, but then I will still need to do some detailing to make it make sense. Alright, it means a lot. Great. I'm glad I made someone happy. Perfection, there we go. Alright, the next thing to worry about is the glass wall. How shall we do it? There is a simple way of doing it. you know, just have this wall with the holes in it, and then put glass in it. I mean, I'm not against that idea per se, but I think we can use that as a basis, and then add. We'll see. We'll see how it feels when we do it. Is this enough, or does it leave us dissatisfied? No, I didn't enable the 90 degrees turn. I think if we decorate this a bit... Alright, okay. I think we can make this work. If we do this first. Thank you guys for watching, by the way. Just putting it out there once again. I see like there's, I think, 6 people in here right now. It is still crazy to me that 6 people, if that is the number, are have chosen me to spend time with. That's just cool. Thank you guys for checking in with me. I promise I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm doing it anyway, having fun. DVD, modern glass, let's see. Let's just use the actual panel. Actually request some help from viewers, because I know there's a couple of very talented people in here. I'm not going to ask for how to finish off this roof thingy. That's something I'll have to work out on my own, but just interesting ways to make this wall look more real, and maybe I'll see you tomorrow or next year. Either way, I'll be happy to see you, good sir. But I hope, you know, in a way, I hope I'll see you only once, if you get my meaning. And that's tomorrow. I think at the very least we need to add some sort of weight to these edges. I know now that I should have done this first and then create the whole wall. I know that now. Just noticed that the music I'm listening to is repeating itself, so let's click something else. There we go, The Sims music. Always a hit. focus, focus, enable this setting, and then add it. All right. I think it's endearing as someone observing myself while streaming how obvious it is that I have a concentration disorder. I keep making silly, dumb mistakes that I just can easily prevent. Like, I know very well that I can create one individual wall piece and then copy it, but I've chosen to do it the hard way. Because why would I ever make the efficient decision about anything? You know? That's just not the way I do it. I hope I have some fellow Sims players in the house today. I don't know if this will actually get me copyright. What's the word? Copyright struck. I see what I've done. I realize now the error of my ways, but we can fix it. Don't have time to explain what I did wrong. If you paid attention, you know what I did wrong. It can be fixed. There. This is so confusing. It's always around this time where I realize how many mistakes I've made in the dimensions of my buildings. It's like I'm some savant architect who always needs to add a little bit of asymmetry in his creations. Yeah, it's Sims music. I don't know if this is actually free for me to play on YouTube, because the previous video was, you know, said that it was. You know, I like this. I like this already. What can I add to this? Perhaps just simply some lights to break up the wall. I don't know. I don't know. Random decorations. You gotta love it that people make this entire trek all the way over here just to look at this computer, and then they go back. I love it. I might have to replace this with something else because this is kind of dumb. I mean, you could argue that this is like theming and there's probably some like a movie playing here, like bush dog conservation or something. Let's imagine that is the case, that it's a bush dog explanation. I don't know what I should add to this. I think once the actual habitat is put in, it will, you know, the windows itself will serve as the decoration to this building. This will be lush and green in the background, and I think that will sort of complete the feel of this. As for the roof, currently I have this sort of vibe to put like netting over there, just for like mosquitoes and stuff. I don't know how realistic that is, but I don't know. How do these buildings look in real life? I've never been in a building before. I don't know. I have some issues with the depth of this water. You can barely see that it's water under there. We can use the terrain paint rock, but even then you can barely see there's water under there. It's too shallow, honestly. Yeah, I'm gonna have to make this a bit deeper on this end. Not too much. It's always scary when you're editing water in this game, because sometimes something that has worked for a very, very long time just breaks. No, that is ugly. That is very ugly. We'll fix it. Alright guys, I feel, just by the way I'm feeling, that I don't have the inspiration to just whip up a bush dog habitat together, or at least make it anywhere close to entertaining to watch. So I'm going to end the stream for now. I think I will be back very, very soon, but I feel like I need some offline time to look at this, plan a bit ahead about both this bush dog and that aviary. And then maybe tomorrow or this weekend or next week, you will see me continuing this or Bolo Bolo. I'm really enjoying streaming, and I've enjoyed seeing people in chat, lots of familiar names and new names. But stream is going to end for now, but I will see you guys very soon. If it's not on my stream, then it's in the comments of your videos for many of you. Thank you so much for watching. I'm going to save very carefully over the previous save of Tierra Encantada and not over Bolo Bolo. And then I'm going to quit the game.